Welcome, everyone, to VID Chat, a short form podcast series where we ask the questions that investors want to know. Today, we are here with CFO Hubert Parent-Bouchard of Radisson Mining Resources. Radisson is currently pursuing the advancement of the historic O'Brien project, which at one time was considered to be the Abitibi's highest grade gold producer. Hubert, it's great to have you with us today on our VID Chat series. To start, why don't you introduce yourself and then tell us about Radisson and what makes its location in the Cadillac Larder Break so unique in terms of exploration and discovery?
Thank you, Joanne. My pleasure for being here. Thank you for having me. So, as you mentioned, my name is Hubert Parent-Bouchard. I've been involved with Radisson since 2015 already. Been involved in many aspects of the business, including its restructuring, leadership recruitment, financing, accounting, investor relations, and so on. So I'm the CFO of the company since 2021 and still am today. So glad to be here.
Thank you, Hubert. Now, where is your stock at now and what is fueling it? As I can see, it has gained quite a lot of momentum over the past few months.
Sure. So just to put things in context, back in 2019, we established O'Brien as one of the highest grade undeveloped project in Canada, on the basis of close to 140,000 meters of drilling done by Radisson and its predecessors. And as you mentioned, the project hosts the richest mine by grade in Quebec, the former O'Brien mine, that produced close to 600,000 ounces at 15 grams per ton. So with a new look, or a new interpretation based on the old mine itself, we thought that we could replicate that mine, and felt that it's been maybe undervalued as an asset because this mine has always been looked at a small jewelry box, if you can call it that way. And the idea was that we could replicate those trends or those high grade vectors every 300 meters or so, moving to the east of the mine. And since 2019, the company has completed 127 kilometer of drilling. So that's longer than a drive from Rouen to Val-d'Or, quite compelling amount of drilling. And while speaking of results, we published a resource update in March, just before the end of Q1. And essentially, what the results told is that we more than doubled the ounces on the asset, and the indicated grade now stands above 10 grams per ton. So it's definitely catching the attention of all types of investors, and that would be one of the, I would say, key element, pointing out to the performance of the stock, in the last few weeks.
Okay, so now let's talk about the golden elephant in the room. I hear a lot of people stating, or shall I say complaining, that issuers have not yet felt the impact of a rising gold price. What's your take on that, given that we recently passed the sacred 2,000 per ounce barrier?
Well, if I go back to November, I was looking at the chart, and I'm not a chartist or a gold expert by any means, but we were doing a small round of financing with shareholders, and what I was telling them, or some of them, is that I felt we were on a triple bottom in the gold space. The market had corrected so strongly since the beginning of the year 2022, and this seems to have been confirmed in November, December, and January. And we tested close to $2,000 gold again in 2023 a couple of times. We had a good correction in Feb, retracing the result, well, the gain we had in the last few months. And now we see gold back up above $2,000 in US dollars. So looking at the all-time highs. But so in general, the investors, they look at the gold price in US dollar, but if you look at it in all other currencies, or most other currencies, I should say, gold price is already near or at all-time highs. So we'll see what happens next. But you're right, the effect on the share price in the junior space hasn't been seen yet. So my take on it is I think we need to see gold trade above $2,000 for a few weeks and perhaps have a monthly close above $2,000 before and see the producers or the larger cap rise so that the money funnels down back to the junior space. And I mean, if that materializes, we could see, I do see a setup for very good returns for investors. So
Thank you, Hubert, and thanks to everyone for joining us today. And we will see everyone on the next VID chat. Bye for now.